The Labour Party stakeholder extended committee meeting that was held in Abia State and hosted by the Executive Governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Otti, and His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, on the 4th day of September 2024 was actually a massive success, as it's actually going to affect the incoming Edo governorship election. And yes, the Labour Party National Chairman Julius Abure was actually sacked due to the outcome of this meeting. And yes, a new person, for the first time in history, a lady was elected as the new Labour Party National Acting Chairman for the moment, until they come together and get a convention to actually select the right chairman. Well, Alex Otti challenged Abure in this video I'm about to share now, and he said a lot of things. He talked about how Abure is jeopardizing the incoming election in Edo State. Well, we do not have right to this clip. They all belongs to Symphony TV. This is for fair use purpose only. Enjoy the video. Please don't forget to share your thoughts below.
Start by welcoming all of you to the banquet hall of the Abia State government for the expanded stakeholder engagement or meeting. Today being Wednesday, the 4th day of September 2024. I want to thank you for allowing yourselves to be bothered this afternoon, leaving everything you were supposed to be doing today, traveling from far-flung places to answer this call. I am aware that a lot of people, or a few people, have kicked against this meeting. A lot of them did not understand the reason why the meeting was called. The meeting was called to deal with an existential problem confronting our party. The place from where I come, there is a saying that an elderly person does not stay in the house, and the goats will give birth in teethers. If you followed us, you will agree that we do not get interested in things that we should not be interested in. Since I joined this party in May 2022, there have been one problem or another. Every time that I intervened is to solve the problem. And I want to assure you and reassure you that my intervention in hosting this meeting today is to solve a problem which you all know, which I'm also going to explain briefly this afternoon. Like I said, I am very new in the party, but I have an interest. And my interest is to ensure the survival of the party. Other than that, I have no further interest. I don't care who the chairman is once he's the right person. I don't care who the secretary is once he's the right person. Everything succeeds and fails on the altar of leadership. And if we do not provide direction, then the party may as well disappear. And the platform under which many of us ran election and are serving our people will cave in. It's very easy to say, if the party wants to die, let it die, let's go to another party. But who tells you that where you are going to is not worse than where you are coming from? So I have refused to respond to all the attacks in the media, and I will never respond to them. But as stakeholders of the party who I respect, and if I didn't respect you, I would not invite you. And all the people that were threatening, including going to court to stop me, they didn't know that I have immunity. What we are doing here is just to save our party. Where we found ourselves is that as at the 8th of June 2024, the Abure-led National Working Committee has ceased to be recognized by the regulatory authorities. And there are a lot of implications. It means that from June 2024 till this moment, that our party does not have leadership. And 2 or 3 courses of action will be taken. One of them could be to go to court, just like Barrister Abure suggested, and begin to fight with INEC and everybody else. The only problem with that course of action is that you will know when the court process will start, but you will never know when it will end. And it may end sometime before the general election in 2024, 2027. And if that happened, it means that everything, if it ended negatively against us, and Supreme Court pronounces that, like we know, that the tenure of that National Working Committee ended in June 2024. The implication is that every action that they have taken from that June until the day the matter is decided in the Supreme Court will be null and void. Some of you who are looking at contesting election, maybe by then they would have done primaries, submitted names. You will find that you will not be a candidate. And I'm not saying something strange. It had happened in Rivers State, for those of you who were here in 2019. It had happened in Zamfara and a few other states. Plateau. So, people say that a battle that is foretold will not consume even the lead, because you know it will happen. And of course, there are about 5 off-season or off-cycle elections that should happen any moment from now, including that of Anambra Senatorial District, where our brother Ifeanyi Ubah unfortunately left. Because INEC does not recognize the working committee, National Working Committee that existed. If they conducted primaries and selected candidates, they will not list those candidates in those off-cycle elections. You don't need to take my word for it. A few weeks ago, I called a meeting of chairmen of political parties. Our Barrister Abure went uninvited, and they excused him from that meeting. Just last Friday, another meeting held involving all the political parties. We were not even invited. I also have it on good authority that our party agents for the forthcoming Edo and Ondo governorship elections in November, who were selected or nominated by the same working committee, that the document had been trashed. So as we speak, we do not have agents for those elections that will happen in about 2 months' time. Okay, so we don't have agents. So, and I sat down and I consulted my leader. And I said, we can't sit down and let our party go to the dogs. And we consulted lawyers, people who are versed in INEC matters and in political party matters. We are lucky to have Senator Victor Mejia, who is a veteran chairman of a political party, which of course was the most litigious political party in Nigeria. So we consulted and we said, the best way to do it will be for us as owners of the party to sit down. You can claim leadership of the party, but once owners come together and they don't agree with you, you are gone. So, and I must also say that before this time, I had engaged with the leadership of the National Working Committee to explain all these issues to them. So for me and for a lot of us that are here, we need to save our party. How do we save our party? We are not here to dissolve anybody. If by exclusion of time, your leadership has been rendered comatose, impotent, then you do not exist. So what we are here to do is to define a way forward. My engagement with people who know better than I do is that since INEC does not recognize the leadership, which I believe is right, because I've seen documents to the effect that an agreement signed by all the parties, including the Barrister Agure, that the party should organize an all-encompassing and all parties, all interests congresses starting from the ward through the local government to the state, which will in turn lead to a national convention. I did tell the people who are fighting when they organized a convention in Nnewi, I did ask who the delegates were and how they emerged. And that question has not been answered. So on the basis of that, it is very clear that things were not done right. So let us not move sheepishly into a hole that we know exists. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that is the essence of this meeting. It is my understanding that will be very swift and define a direction forward. I know I do have another time to speak, but I wanted to say everything that I wanted to say here, so I don't need to come back again. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you once again for coming. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for all the support. For us in Abia, it's all about governance, good governance. If you follow us, you will find that whatever is not right, we will not do it. That's our watchword. Is it right? Is that the way to go? Labour Party, just like elsewhere, should actually lead the way in good governance, because it's a